Good morning. Welcome to Arts at a Distance with Miss Noel. I am the Arts Education Consultant with Merced County Office of Ed, and I'm so happy to be joining you today for Theater Thursday. Now, Thursday is my favorite day because theater is my discipline. I grew up as a theater artist. I have always done theater. I've directed and written and performed in theater. I've designed for theater. I've produced theater, and theater is what I love to do. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna warm up just briefly, and then through our warm up, we're gonna develop a little bit of a skill that we're gonna remember and take into the next portion of our activity where we're going to go through an audition process, okay? Auditions are one of the scariest things that you can do in theater, and there are ways to make it easier, okay? So first things first, let's go ahead and stretch our arms way up in the air. We're gonna stretch out our body just a little bit, make sure that we're nice and limber, especially, go ahead and roll those wrists as you bring them down, especially when you are doing something like quelling nerves, like you might do during an audition. You wanna make sure that your body is under your control, which means that it's stretched and it's ready to go. Just gentle stretches. We're gonna roll our shoulders back. Good, and then we're gonna roll our shoulders forward. Excellent. Now we're gonna do something that works out both our body and our brain, which is we're going to roll our right shoulder forward and our left shoulder back. Think about that for a second and go. Awesome. I wonder if you can do it. I hope you can. Good. Now switch left shoulder forward and your right shoulder back. Good. Remember how I talked about your body being under your control? If you can do this, then I have every confidence that your body is under your control. Shake out your hands, shake out your feet. Good job. And now put your hands together. We're gonna warm up our palms. Once our palms are nice and warm, we're gonna place them on our jaw and give ourselves a nice jaw massage. Once again, our jaws are generally speaking ignored throughout life. They do a lot of good work for us and we very rarely thank them. So this is a really nice thing to do for our jaws. Good, we're gonna make our face nice and tiny like a lemon. And then big like a watermelon. Bah! Lemon face. Watermelon face. Bah! I know that looks so silly, right? But it's fun to do together. Let's do it one more time. Lemon face. Watermelon face, bah! I have a very good time with that. What we're gonna do next is we're gonna blow through our lips, do some lip trills, right? That looks like this. What I would recommend doing, especially if you have others in the room with you, is actually putting one hand or two hands over your mouth so that we don't spit on the people around us, right? Because we wanna be really kind of effusive with these in order to warm up our lips and mouth. But I am not going to be doing that because there's no one in the room with me and I get to just do that as much as I want. Ready? 1, 2, 3. When it starts to tickle, obviously you can stop, right? But that's a really good way to kind of warm up your mouth just a little bit. We're going to do some tongue twisters briefly. Going to help us with enunciation. Ready? Repeat after me. The lips, the teeth, the tip of the tongue. Good, I want to hear the F. The lips, the teeth, the tip of the tongue. The lips, the teeth, the tip of the tongue. One more time. The lips, the teeth, the tip of the tongue. Good. Red leather, yellow leather. Red leather, yellow leather. A little faster. Red leather, yellow leather. Red leather, yellow leather. Red leather, yellow leather. Good. Unique New York. Unique New York. You know you need unique New York. Good. Now this one is one of my favorites and it's a little bit longer. If you've worked with me for a while, you probably know this one. If you haven't, then you don't. But the reason why I like this one is because once we've got it memorized, we're gonna take this is the one we're gonna take over into the next part of our workshop, okay? So repeat after me. Amidst the mists and coldest frosts, with stoutest wrists and loudest boasts, he thrusts his fists against the posts and still insists he sees the ghosts. Awesome. So as you can see, this is a very STS heavy series of phrases and words. It really is good for bringing some of that enunciation forward. When you're done saying that, if you've been working as hard as I have, your jaw is actually a little achy because it's really difficult to say, but really good to do. We're gonna try it one more time. This time, I'm not just gonna say it, I'm gonna be effusive with it, okay? So you're gonna see me get louder and quieter. You're gonna see some movement dynamics as well as some vocal dynamics, and you feel free to copy me as much as you want, okay? Ready? Amidst the mists and coldest frosts, with stoutest wrists and loudest boasts, he thrusts his fists against the posts and still insists he sees the ghosts. Very nice. I'm always excited to do that one because in and of itself, it is almost a monologue. It tells a story that's very specific, and not only specific, but a little bit intriguing, right? Ghosts and, thrusting of fists. You feel like there's a fight going on, or at least some violent energy, and then he has to insist on it. There's people who don't believe him about the ghosts. There's a whole lot of energy and intrigue wrapped up in that particular tongue twister. So we're going to use that tongue twister as our potential monologue as we move forward. What we're working on right now is what's called a slate. Now, a slate is what an actor uses when they enter a room for an audition. It is the first thing they say to whoever's in the room with them. Usually that might be the director, the music director, the casting director, assistants of any kind, stage managers, depending, artistic directors if the person who is running the theater is choosing to be there for the show or for the show auditions. There's many people who could be in the room. It could be one person, it could be 17 people. The thing to remember, one of the things to remember, is that all of those people who, yes, are technically there to kind of give you a score, figure out if you are right for these various roles, they are all on your side. They are all hoping that you are the one who's gonna walk in and be the absolute best, which is a really nice feeling. That when you do your best, they are excited to see your best, right? So let's keep that in mind as we go through this. When you walk into an audition room, there's a couple of things they're gonna notice. They're gonna notice if you begin to dance with your feet, if your feet begin to move and have nervous energy. As I stand and talk to you, I do have a tendency to do that, kind of move back and forth. If I were to walk in for an audition, I'd be trying to prove that I can stand my ground. So I would walk in and immediately ground myself. I would not move unless it was on purpose, right? So I'd walk in here. The next thing I would do is make sure I have a neutral body posture. I do not want to have a closed body posture, which says stay away from me. I don't want to say anything to you. Nor do I want to have an overly open body posture, which actually can lead people to think that you don't care. Because this is a very informal, we're here with our buddies kind of look, right? So instead of going open or closed, I try to stay particularly neutral. Energetic, which means my spine is straight. You can feel like there's that thread going from the top of your head all the way up to the ceiling, just like you would in a music class, right? But not overly open nor overly closed, just neutral. From a neutral place, what you're telling them is you can go any direction they want, which is a really cool thing to tell a series of directors. So then what you would walk in, you'd introduce yourself. You would say, hi, my name is Noelle Chandler, and I am here to audition for the part of, and you would generally say what part it was. If I'm going out to audition for Disney's The Lion King, I'm gonna walk out and say, hi, I'm here to audition for the role of Zazu, right? I'm not sure I'd be best fit for Zazu, but I definitely wouldn't be Simba, and I definitely wouldn't be Scar. So let's go with Zazu right now. I would say, hi, I'm here to audition for Zazu, and I'm gonna be performing, and then I would tell them what I'd be performing. Normally, I'd say, this character's monologue from this piece, right? Maggie's monologue from Cat on a Hot Tin Roof, something like that. But without any of that in play right now, we're simply gonna use the idea of the tongue twister we just did. And I'm going to be performing a piece entitled Amidst the Mists, okay? And then I would perform that piece. There's a little bit of transition that has to happen, of course. When you stand there and you say, hi, my name is Noelle, I'm gonna be performing Amidst the Mists. Amidst the Mists! That can really scare people. They need a little bit of a transition time, right? So what I'd recommend is before you start, but after you finish introducing yourself and your piece, I would recommend actually doing a quick bow of the head to get yourself in your right frame of mind, and then intentionally stepping forward with the idea of stepping into the role that you're going to be performing. Performing from this space, keeping yourself grounded, doing whatever it is you're going to do. And then when you're finished with the piece, bowing your head and stepping backwards out of the piece. That allows you that then when you raise your head, you can just be you again, right? And then you can say, thank you so much, goodbye, no flowers, please, no autographs, where's my trailer, goodbye. And you get to be a huge star leaving the room, right? So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go through that a little bit just to practice. You're gonna see me do a practice slate, perform Amidst the Mists, and then exit the room, okay? This is not something that you have to do exactly the way I do it. What I've already been explaining is that the things I do are for specific reasons, and as long as you understand that those reasons are important, and however you choose to wrap those reasons in, it should, generally speaking, be good, okay? Let's give it a try, shall we? I'm gonna step off to the side. Good morning, my name is Noelle Chandler. I'm auditioning for the role of Zazu, and I would like to perform Amidst the Mists. Amidst the mists and coldest frosts, with stoutest wrists and loudest boasts, he thrusts his fists against the posts, and still insists he sees the ghosts. Thank you so much. So that's a sample audition. As you can see, it was very quick. It was over in a flash. You don't have a long time to stand in front of this group of people. Sometimes they'll keep you and ask you questions, but often you're one of 100 people that they're going to be seeing today. So it's very much thank you and next, right? They're writing down what they're going to write down, and then you're going to go. As you noticed, when I walked in, I did a little bit of a slip up. It is not a bad thing to accidentally mix up your words. It is not a bad thing to accidentally lose your words or say something different and have to recover. Recovery is a very important part of theater because recovery is what you're going to have to do on stage if you slip up. You do not get to say take two and walk off and try again. If you'll notice when I do these Arts at a Distance videos for you, I keep those slip ups in and all. These are one take things, man, because that's how I operate. There's no way you can get me to walk off stage and try it again. Instead, if I make a mistake, like saying amidst the mists, I think I said miss instead of mists, I will absolutely stand up and recover. I will absolutely keep going as if nothing had happened, which is the only way that you're gonna get through doing something like that on stage, okay? I'm glad you guys have joined me for this. I'm glad we could kind of work through this concept of auditioning a little bit too. When you go out to audition, you are gonna find yourself being very afraid. And let me tell you, you do not have to be. You will be, but you do not have to be. Everybody there is there exactly for you, okay? There's nothing that you can do that will make people say, we never want to have them back again. I mean, there's probably things you can do, but there's nothing you can do by trying your hardest that will make people say, we don't want that person or they can never be back again. The best thing you can do to keep working on this skill is continuously go out and audition for anything you think you might be good for, and just keep putting yourself out there and trying, because eventually you're gonna get really good at it. And that means when the right part comes along, it's gonna be all yours. Thank you for joining me from Arts at a Distance. I am Miss Noel. Here's the 3 things that we need from you, okay? Stay happy, stay safe, and make art. Thank you for joining us. Bye.